Hello, super players. Ben Lodice here, aka 5 Buck Lunch, coming at you with a deck profile for the new King Vegeta leader. I wanted to kind of do a different take on it. A lot of people have been using the counter plays with him in order to kind of outsmart their opponent, but I think the leader is better off with a more direct, kind of aggressive strategy. So I threw that together. It's been going pretty well at my locals. It's been doing pretty well. So let's get into it. So King Vegeta, for those of you who don't know, you can include non-Saiyan battle cards in the deck. And then once per turn, you can add a card from your life to your hand, look at the top 5 cards, pick a green or red Saiyan, or King Vegeta Dynasty card, which we'll go over that. That's pretty important for the deck, and add it to your hand. And then he has a really weird Awakening Edition. Instead of having a lower life total or something like that, he awakens if you have at least 3 energy and King Vegeta's Dynasty on the board. And just to go over that real quick, so King Vegeta's Dynasty is a field card. You can search it off your King Vegeta. When you play it, you get to put in play a 2 or lower Saiyan and draw 2 cards. And then when your opponent attacks, you can sack it and tap a red energy, has to be red, in order to negate the attack. So not only does it draw cards, it's also a negate so long as you have energy up, and it's how you awaken with the deck. And then on the awaken side, King Vegeta has 2 abilities. You can choose one once per turn, so you can't use both of them. You can only use one. You can either sack a red or green Saiyan in your battle area and draw a card. Then he gets 5k power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So you can get rid of one of your little 1-drops or something you've already attacked with, and he gets not only extra power but double strike, which is really, really powerful on a leader. The other ability is you can choose one battle card in your hand with energy cost 2 or less and play it with its skills negated for the duration of the turn, then draw 1 card. So basically, if you need the double strike in the 5k, you're going to sack one of your guys to give him that. And if you have a low board presence, you're going to use the other half of the card to put more guys on the battlefield. So going into the deck, we have 2 Cabba's Awakenings. This is just a strong card for any red deck. It's basically a super combo you don't draw with because not too many combos go in the thousands. It's all 5,000 increments. 4 Wilderness Training Sun Goten and 3 Momentary Awakening Sun Goten. These are going to be very important for the core of the deck, which is Son Goku and Piccolo Budding Friendship. They're basically just staple 1-drops. One of them draws a card when you put them into play. The other one searches the top 7 for a green Son Goku. Your targets in the deck are the Budding Friendship, and Kaioken is also a target. 1 Raditz the Oppressor. This is just kind of a safety valve for blue decks. It works really well against Senzumi and anything like that to slow your opponent down. The reason I'm only playing 1 is because those decks aren't super prevalent right now. You could side more of, but it's nice to have a 1 of, so if you see you're playing against a blue leader, you can just keep it in your opener. He can also be sacked off for King Vegeta's effect to draw cards and gain double strike. 2 Father-Son Kamehamehas. The reason I have these mainboarded is because there's a lot of the new Veggie deck going around right now, and this deck kind of has a semi-rough matchup against it just because it's also an aggressive deck. And this helps you keep up pace. You just kill the guys they put into play. It allows you to kill battle cards with energy costs equal to or higher than the energy that your opponent has. 2 After Image Technique. So it's good to have a couple of these in here. This is a mostly aggressive deck, so I didn't put as many negates in as most other decks. 2 Is that all you've got? This is just a really good surprise card. It's also really good against Veggies because you can use it to kill their 1-drops that can't be KO'd. It's just an in general good negate. Giving minus 15,000 allows you to surprise your opponent a lot. Son Goku and Piccolo Budding Friendship. So this card is kind of the core card of the deck and how you get aggressive and draw most of your cards. It has Alliance Red-Green. And then when you Alliance a Son Gohan Childhood, which you play 7 of in the deck, it's all the 1-drops, he gains critical and you get to draw 2 cards. So usually your play is going to be turn 1, Son Gohan, turn 2, Goku Piccolo, and then turn 3 you play your King Vegeta's Dynasty and Awaken. It's just really strong early. It allows you to draw 2 cards. If your opponent can't out it, you get to just keep drawing cards. It's very, very strong. 4 Super Saiyan Son Gokus, the Vanillas. So the reason you play this is not only for King Vegeta's Dynasty, also the leader allows you to put 2 drops in play with their effects negated. So the best thing you can put in play is a 20k vanilla. 2 Blaze of Glory Sun Gohan. So the reason you play these is to get more cards in the discard pile for your Kaioken finisher. A lot of times you'll be a few cards short, so these help a lot with that. Support attack Sun Goten, this is just your super combo. King Vegeta's Dynasty, we already talked about. Vegeta, Agent of Destruction. So the reason you play this is because you need more destruction in the deck. The deck doesn't have a lot of ways to kill cards, so just adding these in. Half the time you won't even use them, but it's a nice fallback plan to have. Super Saiyan Goku, Energy of the Gods. So this and Vegeta, Energy of the Gods, are both played at 3. And the reason is you want to have things you can put in play for cheap that are also green or red Saiyans. So basically, this gets the effect of when your opponent has 2 or more battle cards in play, it becomes a 1 cost. And when you put it in play, you draw a card. Just a simple 15k draw a card for 1. And then Vegeta, Energy of the Gods, has the same effect of if your opponent has 2 or more battle cards in play, reduce the energy cost to 1. And it has Sparking 3. When you play this card, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards for which the total cost is 2 or less and KO them. So this is more removal. It works really well against the Skillless Goku decks and any decks that spam 1-drops. It's also just another card you can get aggressive with. 2 copies of Impeccable Super Saiyan Kaba. The reason you play this is because you want a way to attack standing battle cards, and he also can't be negated, so he's a good way to be a finisher. This card can attack battle cards in active mode, and your opponent cannot activate counter to this card's attack. Also, when this card attacks, if your leader card is a red Saiyan, which it is, it gets 5k power. So it's a 3 cost 20k that can't be negated and can attack standing battle cards. 2 Gogeta Resonant Explosion. This is a pretty good card. A lot of decks are playing it right now. Has Double Strike, Arrival, Red-Green for 1 red. And when it comes into play, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 4 or less and KO it. So this allows some surprises where you can KO your opponent's battle card after they combo with it. It's also just useful because it's a double striker, and other than your leader, you don't really have many double strikers in the deck. It's just a strong card in general, so we play a couple of them. Kaioken Goku, Defender of the Earth. This is the most broken card to come out of the new set. It has Deflect, and then if you're 20 or more red or green cards in your drop area, he becomes a 5-drop. All we play is red or green cards, so that comes pretty easily. When your life reaches 1 for the duration of the turn, it gains triple strike, dual attack, and can't be KO'd by your opponent's skills. That ties in with the second effect. Choose 1 card in your life, add it to your hand. Your opponent reveals their hand, you choose 1 card and place it in the drop area, and then it gets 25k for the duration of the turn. That's not once per turn, so basically you drop him on turn 5. You're playing an aggressive deck, your opponent should be at 3 life already. And then go down, take out other negates, gains triple strike, dual attack, and can't be destroyed. So once you drop this card, it's pretty much game. There's not a whole lot in the game right now that stops it, other than like Mortaito, but you can still take the important cards out of their hand if you want to. So the reason I think this version is better than the counter version of the deck is because the King Vegeta himself really just wants to be an aggressive leader. Gaining that double strike 20k, putting extra guys in play. You just want to be drawing cards and pressuring your opponent, which this version of the deck does very well. I think it's a very strong deck, and I'm excited to see where people take it going forward. So go out there, play it, try it out for yourself. Another nice thing about the deck is it's very cheap. You want to put it together. I think the whole deck's probably like $50, if even that. So put it together, try it out. Comment, respond with any ideas you have to make the deck better. And go out there, play some Super, have some fun.